Gary having come to the conclusion it was time for his plan to come to fruition. The past month the teen spending considerable time at Ed Fletcher's signal station on Mountain Boulevard, implementing a strategy to demonstrate his usefulness. The youth volunteering to participate in the automotive washing, waxing, checking oil levels, cleaning windshields, and at closing time, to work with Ted Riley, a 2-year high school graduate, Ted a weekend and the closing nighttime employee. Once again the teen approached Ed about employment, and once again hearing the disdained answer, the station didn't need additional employees. But this time it was said with an asterisk. Gary detecting a hint of possibility in the owner's voice, followed by a wavering discussion. Gary was elated. Ed conferring, a meaningful job even if it wasn't a scheduled position, but still an opportunity to expand his horizon and more important a source of fiscal income. The station would pay him $1 an hour on an as-needed basis, a start, and an assurance of some income, even if not a steady scheduled hourly employee wage. Weekends were busy. The station's neighborhood clientele would call scheduling an appointment time for hand washing, and sometime the time-consuming waxing. Gary was appreciative of the experience, and of course the financial addition, but the biggest benefit was inaugurated after closing time, accompanying Ted in his 50 Oldsmobile convertible. Ted's 50 Olds convertible with its chrome-endowed instruments, plush leather interior, presented a luxurious effluence, the rear end poised with an airlift-enhanced rake, capped header pipes protruding just beneath the doors. The automotive treasure giving the impression of a sprinter on the starting blocks. Ted having the 3.8-inch cylinder bore increased, adding oversized pistons and replacing the 2-barrel carburetor with a 4. The 303 cubic inch engine now 324, and the 136 horsepower, up to 200. The night air whispered the fragrance of the damp foliage from the wheat field located a quarter-mile down Mountain Boulevard. The Olds, top down in a clear pristine night, presented a star-filled decorative cover, as Gary sat inhaling the atmosphere of his surroundings. Gary inquired as to the destination, Ted relating they were on their way to Jerry's. Jerry's was a hamburger drive-in located at 560 MacArthur Boulevard just inside the San Leandro line. It was the spot for the teen set to congregate, and anyone who was anybody made their appearance, sporting the latest in automotive enhancements. The Olds traveling to 98th Avenue. Turning left onto Stanley, which merged with Foothill Boulevard, frequented by local law enforcement as the clandestine drag strip, because of the nighttime automotive duels. The Olds turned onto Victoria, which was the back way into Jerry's, preferred by the teens rather than the busy MacArthur Boulevard. Similar to McDonald's 15-cent burger, Jerry's was a 16-cent beef burger and 10-cent fries, made for a parting snack as the two pulled out onto MacArthur. Gary expecting a right turn to return to Mountain Boulevard on 98th, but Ted turned left, heading towards East 14th Street, the 4-lane thoroughfare to downtown Oakland. The A-train tracks still remained, but the commuter A-train discontinued. A key system bus, fulfilling the direct East 14th route to the high-rise of the city, and the Bay Bridge to San Francisco. A stoplight at the intersection of 90th found a 1951 Ford pulling up beside them. A screech of tires and the Ford darted down the blacktop, giving notice of its 106 horsepower, flathead V8. Ted eased up beside them at the light at 82nd Avenue, the two glancing at the Ford. Gary could see two high school-aged teens, but didn't recognize them. Again a squeal of rubber and the Ford once again darting down E14th. The next light found the two cars at 73rd Avenue. Only this time Ted handed Gary a station cloth for wiping oil dipsticks. He knew what it was for. Both opening their doors just enough to reach down and unscrew the now hot removable header blocking caps from the exhaust system. The teen could feel the change of presence. hearing the deep-throated sound emitting from the header pipes of the halted Olds. The light changed, and with the accelerator floored, a booming bellowing roar, accompanied by the sound of spinning tires filling the air. The Olds convertible screaming across the intersection, its 4-barrel carburetor whooshing, as air filled it 4 lungs. The echoing sound of the headers reverberating off the surrounding buildings. Gary having caught a quick glance from the two teen in the Ford as it accelerated. Their jaws having dropped in a look of perplexity endorsed their expressions. Continuing to accelerate, Ted quickly making the decision to shut it down, the headers bellowing a throat compression back-off call before turning onto Havens Court Boulevard, finally pulling over to still the authoritative sound. The two recapping the headers. The ride home was unspoken save the music on the radio, Gary sensing Ted may have had second thoughts about his action. The possibility it could have ended with unacceptable consequences may have crossed his mind. Gary concluding that sometimes opportunity makes for envisaged decisions.